everyone. It's finally a nice day on a weekend. We just had a recent flood. I'm gonna go down to the creek and see if I can find anything good. Alright, here we are. Like I said earlier, we just recently had a flood. I'm going to poke around these little gravel bars, see if we can find any arrowheads or fossils. See what we can find. Let's go. So I found something really cool. I just want to bring you over here and see. Found a couple things already. Put them in my pocket. I'll show you guys later when I'm done. Look at that one. I think it's gonna be a good one. Yeah. That would have been a real, it's a shame, it's broke. That would have been probably that long. Followed it all the way down to about here. Probably stuck on a smaller handle and used as like a skinning knife. That is a really nice piece, it's so thin. And I found this other little piece next to it, which may or may not have been something. It could have been like a one-time tool. Kind of looks like it may have been chipped. Hard to say. I'll keep it. And then I found these round stones. I think these are pretty neat. Some people say that they're game stones, that the Indians used to use them for games and stuff. Some people say that they're just natural concretions and stuff. I don't know, but they do look pretty cool sitting in a flower bed, so I'm gonna take them back. Oh, my hands are getting full, my pockets are getting full. I found a couple fossils already. I'll show you guys while I have it. Let's look around, see if we can find anything else. Love coming down here right after a flood because everything gets reset. And it's like a brand new creek. There's a fossil. It's not one that I'm going to keep. It's an imprint of a crinoid stem. Pretty neat. This area especially, I seem to find a lot of broken arrowheads and stuff. I think it's because they were on the top of this hill. From what I'm researching, they say they like to be right next to rivers, on bluffs, or in this case creeks. So they don't have to go far for their water, but yet are high enough to where they don't get flooded. So I think some of this stuff is washing down this hillside. I just haven't gotten the energy enough to go up there and start digging. Here's the same kind of rock that's like a chert, but that's nothing. There's another roundish looking stone. What'd you find, Loke? Huh? What'd you find? Come on. You want a rock? Here. Here. Get it. I don't see anything else. We'll move up to the next section. Another one of those round ones. Not quite as round. You can find them in the water too. Just don't like going in the water this time of year. It's a little chilly. What's this? This is definitely a chip from when they made one. It's definitely that flinty chert stuff. This is what they would have flaked off while they were making an arrowhead. Definitely pretty neat. What else we got here? It's a little piece of calcite. It's kind of like quartz. Kind of, I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see through it. They look really cool tumbled. I gotta put this stuff in my pocket. Fossils and rocks go in the front pocket. Arrowheads go in the back pocket. Don't ask me why. It's just what I do. Move up to the next section. Alright, we're gonna go to the next spot. Didn't find too much on this stone. We're gonna go up that way. See what we can find. Meanwhile, I think I'm gonna empty some of my pockets. Give them some room. Bit of time to do a video, so I'm going to start there at the end of the bend, walk this way, and then we'll do a wrap up and see what we Well, didn't find too much there. Found a little bone. Look, where's your bone? Where's your bone? He likes it. Let's go do a wrap up. See what we found. All right. This is what we found. We'll start off in the front. Nice little broken point. Not too bad. There's that big knife blade. Find a little tiny, it's a little rough shape, but it's, you can tell it's an arrowhead. This one I think is a preform, which means that they started to make something, and they didn't quite like how it was turning out, so then they chucked it. You can see this part's not very worked. This is a little bit worked. This is really worked. This is really worked. Or it could have been just a one-time tool that they just needed real quick and then just toss away. But it's definitely an artifact. And then this is that little maybe that we found earlier. The more I look at it, the more I'm going to say, nope. A couple of chips from when they were making stuff. You can usually tell because it's very thin. Very thin, like you could cut stuff with that on its own. And a couple fossils. I think that's a shell imprint, the inside of a shell, or maybe some coral. This is Bryozoa, which is kind of like a fan-shaped sponge. A little bit on the backside. There's another Bryozoa. I don't know how well this shows up. And another shell imprint. I know some of you may be asking, you're in the middle of Tennessee, how are you finding ocean stuff? Well, in the Ordovician area, this all used to be underneath a shallow sea. So that's why we find a lot of trilobites and coral and shells and stuff like that. Here's just some neat little rocks, little geodes that we get. It's mostly calcite, and the calcite is from the shells and stuff, the ocean stuff, dissolving, all the calcium dissolving and then forming into these nodules in the rocks. Like, I think these are calcite nodules that just got tumbled in the creeks. Little geode. I don't know how well the little sparkles show up. Some kind of ball. Looks like imprint. Maybe crinoid, maybe. Here's another big piece of calcite. It may or may not be hollow. It doesn't feel like it though. It feels pretty solid. And then I found those 3 balls that may or may not be natural forming. I'm not sure. I'm still learning. So that's what we found. Quick little creek tour. You'll probably see this place often because we come down here a lot just to pass the time. So that's it. I'll see you on the next one.